holy, I'll say bleeping crap, because you don't want to do anything in the first 10 seconds. This might be...
Frick!
This might go down, or might be already. It's only 5 games in, but this might be the greatest Stanley Cup Finals we've seen at least in our lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, this has been so much... Probably the most fun I have had watching hockey that wasn't my team. Like, most fun I had just sitting there enjoying, just because, I'm not rooting for either side. I mean, I'm more kind of leaning towards Carolina. I really don't want Vegas to win, but if they do, so be it. But just being a hockey fan and just watching these first 5 games has been...
It's incredible. It's been so much.
Oh, man.
It's the fact that it's been back and forth. Like Game 5 was the only game that actually was dead even 1-1. Like there hasn't been a tie that early in this series so far.
What was it? Game 3 specifically, where Vegas went up 4 games to nothing, 4-0 in there. This three quick ones in the second, and then I think they put the 4th one early in the 3rd. Carolina came storming back, pun intended, to tie it up at 4, and then was it double overtime? It ended up going to double overtime. Oh my god, that was just insane. Like,
so, it's been really
ridiculous.
Fun. Like, we might talk about it a little bit later as well. Like, part of me just, because obviously Carolina can end it tonight. Part of me, just for the heck of it, I kind of want Vegas to manage to pull it out so we can see a Game 7 on Wednesday.
Yeah, like every hockey fan, you'd be lying if you told yourself that you don't want to see a Game 7, that you want to see end, tonight, which the game is about to start here in about 20-30 minutes here.
I don't want to see Game 7. I want it to end tonight.
As much as I would love to see Vegas lose on home ice, everybody wants to see a Game 7, especially of this series right now, man.
Oh. I saw something earlier that made me realize, holy shit, like, in the 9 years of Vegas's existence, if Carolina does end up winning, this will be the 3rd cup lifted in that franchise history in Vegas.
Yep, the 2 of the 3 will be...
So you're telling me a third... They've been around for 9 years, and 1/3 of those they have been to the final. That is insane to think, dude. Like, just how much immediate success that this franchise has had. They win the cup 6 years in, and here we are 3 years later. They're back in the final again. Like, oh my god! Their first year they were in the final. They unfortunately just ran into red hot Washington Capitals team. Red hot Alex Ovechkin, red hot Braden Holtby at the time. And just wasn't enough, unfortunately. Even Marc-Andre Fleury's experience just wasn't enough at the time. Sadly, unfortunately, he couldn't stick around. Wish he would have stuck around in Vegas to see that 4th cup for himself there in 23. But, yeah, man, this series has just been incredible. Just redonkulous.
Oh, yeah. So much
man.
Fun. Like, I honestly I didn't originally didn't know what my expectations were going into this series. But, man, it's been really fun.
I knew it was going to be a good series, and it is still, blowing my mind, how good this series has been, man. And again, Game 6 hasn't even started yet, unfortunately. Even if Carolina does win that tonight, we're not going to talk about it on the show until next episode. Regardless, we are going to record next week, so we don't have to wait 2 weeks to talk about it, because obviously, even if it takes till Game 7 I think would be on Wednesday.
It'll be on Wednesday.
So regardless, by the time we record next episode, we will know the winner for sure. But we're not going to stay here until almost midnight waiting for the game to end just to talk about the winner for 5 minutes. So, man, dude, yeah, this has been a crazy, crazy Stanley Cup Final. And I don't think we could have asked for better 2 teams. It's just as dominant as those 2 have been throughout these playoff series. And I mean Vegas taking down the Colorado Avalanche President's Trophy winner. That's what I want to say. It's just unbelievable, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hurricanes only losing 1 game up until this point. Have still only lost 2 games now in this series.
As I said, I think, because Colin said something earlier today that if Carolina happens to win game 6, they will become the 4th team, like to lose the first, like within like the first, and then
to have won 3 straight to win the Stanley Cup.
Really?
Yeah,
After losing the first game, or
being down 2-1 in the series, so losing games 1 and 3.
Yep.
Only winning game 2, and then 1-3 straight to win the cup.
only be the 4th team in history to do that. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty interesting. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, 5th team they would be, because Montreal did it in 1966, Calgary did it in 1989, the Penguins in 91, and I'm sorry, it's the 4th.
Penguins
No,
did it.
5th. Penguins did it in 91, and Chicago did it 13.
Wow, I knew we had won that.
15.
I knew we won that series in 6. I did not know we were down 2-1 in that series at one point. And I knew then. I think the next following year we ended up sweeping. Was it Minnesota or swept Chicago?
Minnesota, because it was Chicago.
Chicago, we were down 2-1.
Yeah, Chicago was 91. The North Stars were 92, and we shook that franchise so hard they ended up moving to Dallas.
That's funny. But yeah, man, oh man, dude, this Stanley Cup Final series. I mean, let's take it back to as early as Game 1. That's too far back. Game 1 all the way back. Seems like forever ago now. Only 12 days ago, back on June 2nd. Vegas taking it 5-4 in Carolina, which we all kind of saw. Like, hey, if this is a Carolina-dominated series, Vegas is probably going to take Game 1 just the amount of time off that the Hurricanes had. I think Vegas might have even had more time off.
Yeah, because
They had more time
But
off.
still, Carolina had played less games in a certain amount of time than
Vegas did.
Vegas did.
Yeah, Vegas clinched the day before Carolina clinched. Because remember, Carolina finished in 5, so it just made sense.
But still, yeah, they were, we kind of knew that was going to happen. That game, not really any huge, breakout players in that game. I mean, Nikolai Ehlers had 2 goals, which came out pretty early on, and then it was just kind of all Vegas from there. Tomas Hertl getting the game winner there with about 3.5 minutes left of the game. That one was a fun one to watch. And then Game 2 was just as exciting to watch. Brett Howden was kind of a breakout player in that game. The playoffs as a whole, he's been kind of a breakout. Now 13 goals so far in these playoffs. He scored the first 2 in that game. Carolina went up 3-2. Mark Stone tied it late in about a minute and a half left of the third. And then Seth Jarvis went on to win it only about 4 minutes into that overtime. Carolina taking Game 2 4-3. Game 3 going back to Vegas. Another overtime. That was the one we just spoke about. The 5-4 Vegas win in double overtime. Mitch Marner's natural hat trick there in the second period. Scoring 3 goals in about 8 minutes time. Only like 6 minutes and 10 seconds of game time. Almost had a 4th goal there, in the third period, or early in the third period on a penalty shot. But I believe it was Braden Bussey said no. And then Carolina just turned the tides in record time. They scored 3 goals in the span of about 29 seconds of game time. 39 seconds of game time. And then Andrei Svechnikov tying it with just under 2 minutes to go. And then obviously Shea Theodore closing the book on that chapter in double overtime. That first overtime was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's one of those, you want it to end, but you don't, because, oh man, it's just great hockey. Carolina taking Game 4 5-3 pretty easily from what I remember.
That was actually the only game I actually really didn't watch of this entire season.
So it was kind of back and forth. Carolina was up 3-1. Vegas came back and tied it, and then Carolina just kind of took away with 2 late ones. Nikolai Ehlers potting an empty netter with about a minute left. And then Game 5, which just happened on Thursday, Carolina winning that one 4-2. Like Jeffy said, that's the first one of this 5 games so far where it was only 1-1 after a certain amount of time, or tie that low of a score. And Carolina just kind of ran away with it. Ended up, 4-1. Vegas got one kind of pretty much in garbage time. Pavel getting one, making it 4-2. But that was about 6 minutes left of the game, and nothing happened after that.
Carolina's first goal, the Nikolai Ehlers and Seth Jarvis assist on Jordan Stahl's goal. That was a beauty set up for.
That was a beauty.
Stall's tipping it in right in front of the net of Carter Hart and that.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. One other quick thing, I don't know if this happened since last recording, but the Kitchener Rangers officially winning the Memorial Cup now.
Yep.
I don't remember if that happened before or after last recording.
We were in the middle of recording when they started the game. So.
When we started the final? Okay.
Yeah.
So the Kitchener Rangers did end up winning that game, so Dylan Edwards, 2-time Cup champion, J. Ross, and Memorial Cup. I mean, that Rangers team completely turned around, if I'm not mistaken. The beginning of the OHL season, they were mid at best.
They were mid at
and then made some huge moves there right before the deadline. Obviously, getting Dylan Edwards, getting Sam O'Reilly, and who else from London? There's one other guy. Not Landon. That wasn't Landon Sim, right?
No, Simmer's still in London.
I can't remember the other one. I'm sorry. No offense to the kid, but yeah,
so I know who
brought in some three really, really talented, really, really good players. Obviously, Dylan Edwards, the overager, did very, very well for them throughout the playoffs and the rest of the regular season.
Christian Kirch, goaltender was
insane. Sam O'Reilly getting playoff MVP in the OHL,
and he also got the Memorial
Cup MVP. So I mean, just these additions obviously did great things for them, and it worked out. Mm-hmm. So good for them, man. Really good job.
And then speaking of the Kitchener Rangers, will be the Otters' home opener. So
again, for the second year in a row.
Jared Woolley and Sam O'Reilly.
Jared Woolley, that's the other one. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember his name for the life of me. I knew it was one of the big guys over there, like the big names over there. I could not remember for the life of me who it was. Yeah, the Erie Otters hosting the Kitchener Rangers for their home opener on September 27th, 28th.
28th.
I think they haven't officially announced the full schedule yet. That'll be, I think, later this week.
That'll be Tuesday. On the 16th. Everyone's schedules will be
26th. Sorry,
26th. Okay.
It's the last Saturday of the month, which I can go this year, and I'm fucking happy about.
Let's go. So that'll be awesome. Hopefully.
Hopefully the weather's nice for FanFest and that.
I don't care about the FanFest. I care about the game.
Well, I'm just saying for.
See, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be renewing my season ticket for the season, but I definitely will be there, do my best to be there for the home opener at least, and then obviously a handful of big games throughout the season. But I can't wait for Otters hockey to be back in Erie, man. As bad as we might be this upcoming year, who knows? Made a couple of trades in these last few weeks, bringing in overage goaltender, I believe it was David Egorov from the Brantford Bulldogs. So that's kind of a telltale sign that I don't think either one of Noah Taylor or Charlie Burns is going to be returning, which is kind of a bummer. I would have liked to see Charlie play in his overage season, but again, if he has better things planned for him, take it, go for it.
But if they're all three back, way to build the fucking future Dave Brown.
I could see maybe one of them, and then maybe they can do something similar to what they did last year and have kind of that third that just kind of jumps in. You know, somebody like a Von Barr that one of our younger guys can jump up, or who's kind of played backup like beginning of this year. Not who was like
Chase? No, not Chase.
Yeah, Furlong. Yeah, Chase Furlong. I think he was kind of held back up Noah's first year when they were kind of battling those injuries in the playoffs after Noah went down against London. But yeah, so maybe they call him up, bring him up, and kind of be like that 3 situation again. I don't know, but.
Again, way to build for the fucking future, Dave Brown, by bringing in 3 away goaltenders. So fucking smart.
I could promise one of them is at least gone. No offense to Taylor, I can probably tell you he's not coming back. If it is one of them, it's going to be Charlie coming back.
The guy that we got from Brantford is...
He's got some pretty good stats. I looked at he's like last year he went like 29, 9-3 or something like that. So really good record in the regular season. I think he got injured in the playoffs because I think he only played like 3 games in the playoffs, which might have been why they ended up losing to Barry. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's hopefully gonna be. We also got that one kid from Sarnia, Liam Beamish. Yep. No related to former Otter Luke Beamish, or not Luke. Sorry, or was it? Was it Luke? Was it Luke Beamish?
Yeah.
And no relation, at least from what research I did. So hopefully that ends up being pretty well for us. I know the draft just happened this past weekend. We getting Colin Kennedy from, what was it, the U15 something? I can't remember. I don't know much about these kids that the Otters, that get drafted into the OHL. But yeah, this really young kid put up a lot of points in like his U14 leagues and his U15 leagues. From what I saw, he seems like he might be a bit of a grinder. Got a little bit of a grit to him. Looks like he put up a good amount of penalty minutes as well. So that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. We know how us Erie fans like those kind of players. Yeah, I mean, could be interesting. Could be fun. I didn't pay attention to many of the other names that the Otters drafted after that. You know, me and Jeff were at the Otters game, the Seawolves game, kind of paying attention to it, and we saw that Colin Kennedy, and we both just kind of focused on the Seawolves game after that. I can at least pull it up here, some of the names that the Otters drafted. Second overall, took Colin Kennedy from the Detroit Little Caesars U15s. Went on to take Jake Prunty in the second round, a defenseman from the Sioux Falls Stampede. Tanner Gibson, a goaltender from the Ajax Pickering U16 AAA Raiders. To Christian Del Buono, a center. Joshua Daddario, a center. It took Colton Krabari, which is a defenseman. Milan Kusevich, who is a center. Thomas Vassar is a winger. Giovanni Lavalsi is a ringer.
A ringer?
A ringer. Maxime McCabe is a winger. Cole Sipotes is a defenseman. Gavin Springer, a center. And Cash Harper. That's a cool name if I've ever heard one myself.
Harper.
Cash Harper, also being a right defenseman. This Gavin Springer's from Buffalo, so that's not too far from here. Obviously, only about an hour and a half away from here, so that's pretty cool. Another one from Detroit Little Caesars, teammate of Cole Spitz is also from the Detroit Little Caesars.
I never played hockey.
Yeah, so welcome to Erie to all those kids and all those guys. Can't wait to see you guys in training camp. I know I'll probably try to at least be there for some of those scrimmage games. I like to make it for those scrimmage games. End up being pretty fun. Usually you end up talking or meeting some of the family members. I know we did last year. I think it was Solomon Wolf's family was, I think, sat right in front of us for one of them, so we just kind of bullshitted with them a little bit. So it's always cool to see that and just to see these kids just, do what they can, because you're playing for a roster spot, so it's really actually, those games can get pretty feisty and interesting because you're playing for a roster spot on this team. So
if not a roster spot, you can be a 13th, 14th forward, or that's 7th or 8th.
You're in the building. You get to travel with the team still. In case of an injury, obviously you're not hoping that somebody gets injured so you could play, but you get to travel with the team and suit up in case somebody does get hurt.
You're there just as an oh-shit situation.
You kind of be that Dylan Edwards who just kind of got called back up because I think we had a couple injuries that year. He got called back up and he did great things and
he's like, I'm not
got his way the fuck out of here and won himself a cup. So yeah, really exciting stuff here. Not too exciting. Obviously, you're not going to see much from these guys until it happens. What was really cool, I thought it was awesome, them having Matthew Schaefer read the first pick. They had Jonathan Taze read the first pick for Oshawa.
Tavares.
Did I say Taze? Yeah, John Tavares, sorry. I don't know why I said Taze.
It's a Johnny T. Okay?
Johnny T. John Tavares reading the first pick for Oshawa, which was really cool. So, yeah, we didn't watch much after that, so I don't know who else was called up after that, but really cool to see. Love to see it. Congratulations to the Kitchener Rangers. And yeah, that's about all we got for this segment.
So let's hop straight into the games. I know this is a little bit earlier than what we normally do it, but I'd like to pull up the hockey game up here on the TV. So
let's get our games done here, and then we'll actually have a main topic here for today that we haven't had in quite some time. So.
Yeah. So we'll do the games. We'll pull up the.
We got some time. The game probably won't actually start till 8:15, 8:20. You know how they've been. So.
Well, we'll do the games. We'll do the sponsor, and then take a pause so I can pull up the game. So what's up?
I know you said you also have like a little bit. Colin has a little bit of a quiz-ish kind of for me and Joe. He didn't tell us anything, so I don't want to know anything about it. So I want to be completely taken by surprise and in shock. And yeah, let's jump up. Let's pull up. Let's do Puck Doku first, and then maybe we'll do a Guess Who. Yeah.
All right, going across the columns, the LA Kings, Chicago, and 3+ goals in a single playoffs. And down for the rows, the Rags, the Canes, and the Isles.
Okay.
Kings and Rangers, Jonathan Quick.
Johnny Quick. You could do Panarin. Actually, no. We can do Panarin for Blackhawks. So
Blackhawks, Rangers, yeah. You can also do Wayne Gretzky for the Rangers Kings. Let's do a somewhat less obvious one. I think because he's recent, he might get something. Yeah, 9%. Artemi Panarin. It's ARIN, I believe. And then 3 goals in a Rangers playoffs.
So really anyone.
Zibanejad, yeah, he had to have done it in that year he played us.
Canes.
Kings, Hurricanes. I know Vlad Gavrikov has been around. He's with the Rangers right now. I know he played with the Kings. I think he went there after Columbus. But I don't know if he ever played for Carolina.
I know for Carolina, Chicago, you could do Peter Mrazek.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually a pretty good pull. Good shit on that one, Jeff. 3%, yeah, good one. 3 goals in a playoff run. You did Jordan Stahl, yeah, just these playoffs alone, man. Yeah, that's how do we not talk about that? Jordan Stahl, 38, 37 years old, doing what he's doing. He has scored in each and every single one of the 5 games so far. 6 goals in total because he had 2 in Game 4, I believe. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable run. As Colin pulled up, John Tavares, the one we just mentioned, for Islanders, 3 goals in a playoff run. Oh, okay, this is where it gets tough to these last few ones here.
For Carolina Kings, Warren Fogle.
Yeah? How we forget the Otters legend, man. Otters legend, Warren Fogle. All right. Islanders, Kings. Did Anthony Duclair ever play for the Kings? I don't think so. At least I'm not confident enough with it.
Florida Islanders,
San
Jose, Ottawa.
Okay, I don't think so. Maybe no. I'm not confident enough with it. Islanders, Blackhawks. I don't think there's anybody there now. Bro, is Varlamov just Capitals and Islanders, or Avalanche too? I think, but that wouldn't help us here, obviously. This is always the point where you guys can just kind of take a break from hearing our voices because we're thinking.
Yeah.
Oh man, Kings and Islanders. Oh, it's one of those. It feels like it should be so obvious, and it's not.
I know Char was just Islanders, Ottawa, Boston.
Like a Brian Trottier. I know he kind of made his way around after leaving the Islanders. He played with the Penguins for some time. I thought he played for at least 1 or 2 other teams.
All the fucking screaming. Shut the fuck up!
Oh, this outside. It sounded like it was coming from downstairs.
I thought it was my phone at first because it was open.
I thought it was downstairs. I'm like, geez, Otis is mad.
I heard it over my left shoulder. So.
I heard it over here. That's why
I heard this. That's why I looked at my phone.
I heard it over my right shoulder. I thought it was Otis having a good time downstairs. Why is this one so damn difficult for no reason? I'm trying to think, like, maybe that right at the end of that, when the Blackhawks dynasty was kind of dying off, like, who could have kind of bounced around off of that team elsewhere? Maybe the Islanders.
No, Anthony Niemi never played on Long Island. Because he would have
done. Don't think so.
Because he did Chicago, but.
No, what? San Jose, Pittsburgh, Chicago. I think that's it. Try to forget about his time in Pittsburgh, though.
He never played Pittsburgh. Totally didn't. Never. Duncan Keith was only Chicago. Edmonton. Brent Seabrook.
I forgot he did that. Like short little 1-2 year stint in Edmonton. I completely forgot about that.
Brent Seabrook. Once he was done in Chicago, and he retired with Blackhawk. Dustin Bufflin did Chicago, Winnipeg. Or Winnipeg, then Chicago. I meant to Winnipeg, Chicago. LA, there's Dustin Penner. There is Tyler Toffoli, who's bounced around for a couple teams.
Don't think one of them is Islanders, though, for Toffoli.
Clifford's LA. I'm trying to think of the 70s line there for the 12 LA team. Dustin Penner. Obviously, Kopitar and...
Jeff Carter never played for the Islanders. I think he played for both the Black... No, he didn't play for the
He
Blackhawks.
played for the Kings, and he's played with...
Kings, Flyers,
Columbus.
Blue Jackets, Pittsburgh. Not in that order, but... Anthony Beauvillier, did he play for Chicago?
Wasn't
I
he
think he might have.
Wasn't he part of the team that swept Tampa a couple years ago? Because he was a part of that team that swept Tampa when Tampa was the President's Trophy. Oh, no, I'm thinking Columbus.
Yeah. Anthony Beauvillier, I know he played for the Islanders because I think we got him from there. Did he play for Chicago? I'm not confident enough in that. I don't think he played for LA.
Thinking Tiravu Teravainen, just on Carolina, Chicago.
I think that's it.
Tyler Bertuzzi has done Detroit, Chicago, Toronto.
Max Domi has done Chicago, but I don't think he's not done the Islanders.
Nope. Because he's only done Arizona and then...
He's done Arizona, he's done Chicago, he did
that's
Toronto. I think he spent some time in Carolina.
Dylan Strome,
Did some time in Dallas.
Dylan Strome, Arizona, Chicago, DC. ADB has done Chicago,
and
Ottawa, Detroit.
I don't know why, but it's for both of them again. A goaltender is
Mike Bossy.
I think he was mostly not. I think he was only
mostly
Islanders.
But the key word in there is mostly.
I thought it was like all of his career.
That's what I'm thinking.
My best guess right now is Beauvillier for Islanders Chicago. That's the best one I have at the moment.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not confident with it. He did, okay. Ooh, I knew Islanders. I wasn't positive on the Blackhawks.
So Kings and Isles.
Kings and Islanders. I always feel better when it's not like an obvious name. So I'm like kind of hoping that it's not.
The dinosaur.
Poso. No, I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
just Buffalo Islanders.
Was it only Buffalo
in
Islanders?
Florida?
Bobby Lou never made his way to L.A. Rick DiAvancho never made his way to
I
L.A.
know he's been a journeyman. I know he's played with the Islanders on Robert Leonard. I know he's from Buffalo.
I got it. David Riddick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
As soon as you said journeyman goaltender, I thought you were about to say that.
Make sure I select the right one.
Bang.
Yep.
There we go. Hell yeah. See if we miss any obvious ones. Never would have guessed that. Nicoletti, that's a good one for Islanders, Blackhawks. Gretzky, Quake, Panarin, Gabrick, Robitaille. Gavrikov would have worked for that one. Okay.
Marcel Dion, Cam Talbot.
Marty Sorvey, Brendan Lemieux, Brian Boyle, Ray Ferraro.
Brian Boyle, Penguins legend.
Carl
Boyle.
Hagelin.
Carl Hagelin, Penguins legend. Some for other ones for Rangers, Blackhawks. Sorry, Antti Ranta, Anisimov, Gustafsson, Taylor Radish, John Scott, the legend, All-Star Game MVP, John Scott. I remember how mad people were about that dude. I thought it was hilarious.
Who cares? But
Taylor Termine, he would have worked there for the Chicago
I'm kind
one.
of curious for more for the King Islanders.
Yeah, who did we miss?
David
David Riddick, Ray Ferraro.
Matt
Yeah,
Olson.
not many big names there. Braden Shen. When the fuck did Brayden Schenn play for the Kings? I know he's on the Islanders right now, isn't he? When the fuck did he play for the Kings? I do not recognize many of these names at all. And then what about Islanders? Blackhawks. Nick Leddy, Andrew Ladd. Duclair did, okay.
Robin Menner. Wendell Clark. Brian
McCabe.
Dwayne Sutter. Calvin DeHaan.
Again, still not too many huge names on that one. Alright, yeah, not too bad. I want to move on to a Guess Who? The right website this time.
Alright.
Who wants to choose the...
I think it's my turn this week. This one.
Oh, you clicked the wrong one. You clicked random player instead of Guess Who.
Alright, see, it's still loading. Alright. Kind of want to read them off while I pick a player?
Yeah. So we got Wyatt Johnston, Gabe Velarde, Alex Ovechkin, Vince Dunn, Elvis Merzlikins, Owen Tippett, Logan Stankoven, Samuel Arison, I believe his first name is, Matty Beniers, Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner, Jack Quinn, Shane Gostisbehere, or Shane Gots to be here, somebody Sergeyev from the Calgary Flames, goaltender, don't know on his first name, Lawson Krause, Valeri Nushkinin, Austin Matthews, Jack Hughes, Brock Faber, Matt Duchene, Frank Nazar, Sidney Crosby, Morgan Frost, and Daniil Tarasov.
Alright, I got it.
Yeah, I got a interesting one to start that actually might eliminate. So we'll do the normal. No, let's make this difficult. Has your player ever been a captain?
No, he has not.
Okay, so
Ovi's out, Eichel's out, Matthews out.
Sid's out.
Well, hold on. Captain as in like the C or wearing a letter?
A captain. Team captain.
Okay.
No? Is that it? Oh, I thought that was going to eliminate a few more. Okay, that's not too bad, though. Eliminated a bunch from the East. I think that's it, yeah. I don't think Duchesne ever was a captain.
Okay, I have a good one. Did my player play in this year's Olympics?
I think he did, but let me double check so I'm giving the right information. Did this player...
Trying to read him if that's a trick. It's like Jack Hughes. Just the golden boy, no big deal.
So he did play in the Olympics. So did Wyatt Johnston play in the?
I don't think so. Oh, that was a good one,
Holy
Jeff.
Shit.
That was a great one, Jeff. Oh. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. All right. Did your player represent the good old team of US of A? Yes. Wow.
Holy fuck, that's a good question, Jeffy.
Wow. Oh, wow. Is your player wearing glasses in his headshot? It's Brock Faber. Good shit on that one, Jeff. Wow.
Okay, I'm doing this again. Shit, that's a quick ass round.
Wow. It's okay. I was gonna say it looks like the same list. All right, new list. We got Akira Schmid, Jordan Stahl, Braden Point, Matthias Michelli, Jason Zucker. Is that Dawson Mercer, Sebastian Aho, Zach Benson, Matthias Ekholm, Ivan Barbashev,
Carolina,
Billy Huso. Carolina, Sebastian Aho, Billy Huso, Jack Quinn, Jake Sanderson, Dmitry Orlov, Pavel Doforiev, Charlie Lindbaum, I think his name is, Connor McDavid, Shane Gostisbehere again, Brad Marchand, Brock Nelson, Beckett Sinecki, Kyle Connor, Leo Carlson, and Frank Nazar.
Okay, I got mine.
Did your player's team make the playoffs this season?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
So, 1, 2... No, they made it. They did not.
Winnipeg did not. Florida did not. Still not as many as I was hoping, but... I forgot Buffalo did. I thought that was that's the 3 more that I thought should have been taken out.
It's a pure habit, isn't it?
It is, honestly. I'm glad that they're back, but here you go, Hugh. I get Jeff. You got one.
is my player currently in the Stanley Cup Finals?
They are not.
Oh my God! And Jeff again. Oh, and Goss is spare too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good shot again, Jeffy. Sniping. Is your player currently playing for his first and only team he's played for?
No, he's not.
Okay,
So, Senek, Carlson, McDavid.
Or Senek is a rookie.
Well, he's not playing for his first team.
Oh, this guy's not playing for his first team. Okay. Braden
Yeah.
Point, Zach Benson.
And Jack Quinn is first team?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it is first team.
It's okay, so yeah, we're down to those four. Okay.
Or, hold on. I don't know.
Pretty sure they drafted him.
I'm pretty sure they did.
But anyways, yeah, we're down to Nelson, Ekholm, Husso, Jason Zucker, and yeah, okay. Is your player a forward? He is not. So we're down to Matthias Ekholm or Ville Husso. Again, still have one more question. Oh boy. Oh.
Oh, it's such a hard question.
Is your player a goaltender? He
Just
is
kidding.
not.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Is your player Matthias Ekholm?
No, it's Sidney Crosby.
Darn. Damn, swept that one. 2 for 2 on that one.
Hell yeah.
Alright, you guys are fucking on a roll.
That was that. Dude, Jeffy had some great questions on the back-to-back
Fuck you, Jeffy.
nights.
Fuck you,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
The Olympics one was incredible. Eliminated what? It was like 16 names left. They eliminated 12 of them. Incredible.
Alright, and before we get into the next topic, I gotta find the cloud. Fuck. Oh, got the first time. Alright. I should pull up the website as I'm clapping. Too bad I don't have 3 hands here. Alright, what a day to be drinking beer. With all the technical issues behind the scenes and bullshit. And that leads us to the sponsor of the day. Dun dun! No, that's not worth it at this point. Yes, it is Harpoon. I'm not even sure if they're a brewery. Oh, they're a big brewery. They're a parent brewery. Oh, yeah, independent craft. But either way, I still don't know where they come from. We haven't done these guys in a while. I feel bad because I love beer. I love tasting craft beer. I love beer. I'm not an alcoholic. I swear. I like beer, and these guys are the way to go. Especially going into the summertime with their koozies, with their merchandise, nice, light, and fluffy, and their IPAs, because I am a sucker for IPAs. I know Kyle isn't. Jeff, I know you are. Bobo, if he was here, that dummy. Not just kidding, I love Bobo. Harpoon Brewery is the way to go. Be sure to go check out harpoonbrewery.com to find merch, to find any local distributors. Dispensaries. Yeah, I was right, Boston. Distributors, I know they're few and far between. We have one, I think, 20 minutes down the road in Fairview to pick up all your Harpoon Brewery stuff. I will kind of pull up the beers here as I talk, but go check them out. Harpoonbrewery.com. Use promo code BUCK2026. That's BUCK BUCK2026 to get, I think it's 20% off your very next purchase. Thank you again, Harpoon Brewery, for the sponsoring of this video. And back to the video episode thing. Alright, now with the Cup Final still underway, we're going to predict all of the final clinching goal scorers of the Stanley Cup Finals dating back to the year 2000.
Oh boy, alright.
Starting with the year 2000, obviously. A point for the name and extra credit for the team and their nationality. If you can do the nationality.
Okay. 2000, I believe that was the Sabres and the Stars, wasn't it?
That was 99.
Was that 99?
It was Colorado and...
Colorado won it in 2000? Was it the...
I can't...
I know that's like the Red Wings, Devils, Avalanche.
that's
Like they
kinda-
kind of just bounced back and forth like a couple of years there.
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I think that one might have been the Avalanche. No?
You named one of the three teams.
So it's the Devils. It's not the Red Wings. It's the Devils. So the Devils beat... We don't have to go that far?
No, it's just, the winning team, the player who scored the game-winning goal, doesn't matter regulation, OT, or whatever.
I'm trying to think of...
It'll be a lot easier the closer we get to modern day.
Yeah.
I expect these first 7 years, well, up until through 2007 might be tough.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm just gonna throw out a name there and say I lost the name I was gonna say. I'll just say Scott Stevens.
Nope.
I honestly...
A Canadian skater by the name of Jason Arnott.
Oh, Jason Arnott. Okay.
2001.
Just one.
That was Colorado.
Yeah, that was Colorado. Who scored the game winner though? Don't even know if he was still there, but I'll say Canadian Joe Sakic.
You got the nationality right.
Okay.
Just not the player. I made a joke about a country that rhymes with his last name on Thursday at the Fire, or Friday at the Fire, whenever I had the Fire here. The U.S. versus... Because in the World Cup, the U.S. was playing this team at that time, this country at the time.
I forgot who we beat that day. I don't got it.
Alex Tanguay.
Oh, Tanguay, Paraguay. Yeah, okay. That's right. I remember that.
2002.
This was the... Was that the Red Wings?
Yep.
That was the Red Wings.
Wow.
You guys would put a palm through the back of your fucking head when you hear his name. If you don't get this, I hope you know.
I'll say...
Oh, was it Sergei Fedorov?
No.
I'll say Datsuk.
No. Brendan Shanahan.
Shanahan, okay.
2003.
Failed the Shanahan plan.
2003.
Okay, that was their Devils. I do remember that.
Back to the Devils, yeah.
Mike Rupp got that one. I do
Really?
remember that.
Mike Rupp?
Mike Rupp.
Wow.
2004.
That was Tampa Bay. I'll go with...
A name that we all know and love as early Penguins fans.
Was it Ryan Malone?
Played in Pittsburgh for most of his career, up until the
Okay.
finals.
Hold on, I had third, I guess, yet. Played for the Penguins?
Later on in his career.
A former Lightning that played for the Penguins for a long time?
Not a long time, a couple seasons. But he has 2 cups to his name. I have a funny story about him.
I have no idea.
I feel like it's gonna...
It's not like Javier. He was never a Penguin. I don't know.
The man who married his billet mom, Ruslan Fedotenko.
He what?
He married from his junior days. He married his billet mom. Yeah, I kid you not. How do you guys not know about this?
What?
How do you guys not know about this?
Never heard this in my life.
From his junior days, his billet mom divorced his billet dad after he played juniors, and they still kept in touch. And I forget when specifically he married her, but he married his billet mom.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I
never knew that.
So the more you know. 2005.
Lockout.
Lockout.
Good. I was hoping Bo would be here so he could be like, I was really betting on you, Bo, when you let me down. 2006.
Okay, this is Carolina beating the Oilers. An obvious one, or is it?
I'm not going to say obvious. Like I said, through 2007, it might be tough.
Because that eliminates Rod Brand. I was going to say Rod Brandon Moore, but that's not that obvious. That's what we're literally watching right now.
Because he was there for most of his career. I would say. Just trying to remember the order. I would say Eric Stahl. Okay.
I'll just throw it against. I think he was on this team. Is it Ron Hainsey?
No. I'm going to butcher his name because he's Czech. František Kaberle.
Yeah.
That would not be on that. Yeah.
2007.
Okay, this was the Ducks beating the Senators, I believe.
Yep. Was it Is it Scott Niedermayer?
No. That's him.
Brandon Morrow? I don't Monner?
No, Travis Moen.
Oh, Travis Morrow.
2008.
Yeah, so this is the one where the Red Wings took down the Pens. Who scored the game winner there in Game 5, though? Or Game 6? Game 6. We'll just say Zetterberg.
Yep.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
In 2009, Penguins beat the Red Wings.
If you guys don't get this, I'm fucking punching you both.
The Hurricanes just scored already. Is it Jordan Stahl again?
Taylor.
The Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall.
If you guys don't get this, I'm punching you both fucking in the face. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he Canadian or is he American?
Canadian.
Canadian, okay.
2010.
Patrick Kane against the Flyers.
Yeah.
2011.
You're the only one that's going.
2011.
That was the Bruins taking down the Canucks. Oh, that if I remember right, I think game 6. I think that might have went to 7. I think the clincher. I think Boston blew them out of the water like 6-1.
Oh yeah, it was
like
a blowout.
So who would have technically got the game winner? Like who would have scored like the 3rd or 4th goal probably? Hart.
Not at the time, but the most respect one out there.
Bergeron?
Yep.
Bergeron, okay.
2012.
Kings beat the Devils. I think this was another one that was not a blowout, but I think it was more like a
6-2.
Was it another kind of blowout?
Yeah, 6-2 against the Devils in Game 6.
I'll say Dustin Brown.
Nope.
I know who it is for 14. That's why I'm going to...
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Was it... why did it just... Was it Connor Brown? I mean, not Dustin Brown.
No. Jeff Carter.
Oh, Jeff, okay.
2013.
13, the Blackhawks beat the Bruins.
Yep.
I'll just say Jonathan Toews.
Nope.
No.
Duncan Keith.
Nope. Dave Bolland.
Dave Bolland, wow.
Because they were down 1-0 with like 86 seconds after time.
They scored 2 in the last minute and a half, or within 30 seconds within the last minute and a half of the game, yeah.
And then 2014.
That's Alec Martinez.
Kings beating the Rangers.
2016.
Or 15.
15, yeah, sorry.
Blackhawks beat Tampa. And this one I think this one wasn't close. I think this one was like a 3-2 or 2-1 game. I think this one was pretty close. I'll say this one was Artemi Panarin.
Nope.
I'll say John Tavares.
Never picked
Taves.
I mean, Jonathan Toews.
He did the opposite.
I swear.
He did the opposite of what I did.
We both did it tonight.
Jeff said him before, but this was Duncan Keith.
Oh, Duncan
Didn't
Keith.
keep us this one, okay.
Okay.
Back-to-back years. Again, The threat is still on the... No, promise is still on the table because threats are illegal.
Okay, Penguins. I'm
16.
trying to remember.
2016.
So we're not counting the empty netter, I would guess. Because whoever scored the second goal.
This is the game-winning goal.
So whoever scored the second goal, I think it would have been. Not the empty netter. I want to say it was Crystal Tang.
Yep.
Yeah.
17.
It was Patrick Hornquist.
2018.
This was the Caps beating Golden Knights. We just mentioned this earlier in their first year. Who would have got that game winner for them? I would have guessed back. This is back when they still had Nick Backstrom. I'll say Nick Backstrom. Damn.
That's who I actually thought it was. Was it Brendan Dillon at the time?
Nope. Lars Eller.
Oh, Penguins legend.
2019.
Blues beat the Bruins. I think this was another fairly 5-0, 4-0 blowout. Not blowout, but I think 5-1 kind of game. I want to say this is one of those completely random names. It wasn't him. I'll just say Ryan O'Reilly.
Nope.
Was it Jordan Kyrou?
Nope. Alex Peter Gillo.
We just showed him on the pregame here.
2020.
Tampa, Dallas.
Yeah, that was tough to remember who. I think that one was 6 games. And I don't remember what the final game would have been.
Was it Brandon Hagel?
Nope.
Braden Point?
Yep.
Bang!
21.
Tampa again beating Montreal this time. I remember Game 5 was more...
It was more...
I think it was a little more lopsided. I want to say it was a 4-2, 5-2 game. I'll go Cooch with that one.
Nope.
I'll go Anthony Cirelli this time around.
Nope. Ross Colton.
Ross Colton, okay.
22.
Colorado beat Tampa. I'll go with the captain, Landeskog.
Nope.
That might run that time. He was hurt.
Cale Makar.
Nope. Arturi Blankman.
Yeah, I forgot he was on. I remember that series. He was unstoppable that year.
2023.
Vegas. Which one of the 9 goals is it gonna be? Probably whichever one put them up by 2 or 3. So the 6th goal, I'll see Jack Eichel.
Nope.
William Karlsson.
Nope. Penguins legend Riley Smith.
Riley Smith. Yeah.
24.
The Panthers beat the Oilers the first time. That one was that was a 2-1 game. I remember winning 1-0. It was very low scoring game. The first one, I know last year was more lopsided. The first year was 2-1 because the Oilers climbed all the way back from being down 3 games to nothing and was only within a goal. Give me Sam Reinhart. Bang! Wow, what a guess. Let's go.
And 2025.
Panthers beating the Oilers again. This one was more 5-1. It was kind of a blowout. Sam Bennett.
Nope.
Brad Marchand.
Nope. Chucky.
Chucky Matthew. Okay, that was my other guess. Was Matthew? I was gonna guess him for the first game or for 24, but
2026.
not to happen yet. If it stays like this, it's gonna be Taylor Hall.
All right, and then I saw this. What if the NHL had 8 divisions instead of the current 4?
Oh, okay.
This is what it would look like. Starting out east, Northeast Division would be the Rags, the Isles, the Devils, and the Bruins. Southeast would be the Lightning, the Panthers, the Canes, and the Preds. Atlantic would be Canadiens, Maple Leafs, Sens, and Sabres. And wrapping out the Metro being the Flyers, the Pens, the Caps, and the Blue Jackets.
So ours doesn't change. Really, we just lose 4 of them.
For the West, we have in the Central Division, Blues, Blackhawks, Stars, and Mammoth. North Central would be Wild, Jets, Red Wings, Avs. Pacific, Ducks, Sharks, Kings, VGK, and Northwest being the Flames, the Oilers, the Nucks, and the Krakens.
Yeah. That'd be pretty interesting. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be fun to see. But with that being said, moving on to the main topic we have for tonight. Again, we haven't had a main topic and I can't remember how long. But I had this idea, and literally, like, just the other day, somebody else on YouTube has already done it, but, you know, he's a bigger YouTuber. But again, shout out to him. Gravite, I think is how you pronounce it on YouTube. Shout out to him. I love watching his videos. Really good takes on, I believe he's a Stars fan, which is weird. But he's a good dude. Love his videos. So didn't get this idea from him, but I guess we can now say this video is inspired by that. But I did have this idea previous to seeing that video of his. What if, obviously not every single team is going to make a trade in the offseason. But let's just put some hypothetical theory out there. What if there was a rule where every team had to make at least one trade? Which player on every NHL team, all 32 teams, which player from each team do we think is most likely or could be likely to get traded in this offseason? How do you guys rate your stat? Do you have an alphabetical or?
I honestly didn't even create a list.
I didn't make a list.
Okay, that's awesome.
I didn't know we were supposed to make a list, so.
I said to
No,
make
you
one.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
Well, I didn't make a fucking list because.
All right, well, because I put it down in alphabetical order. Who could we see from Anaheim getting traded in this offseason?
Chris Kreider.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, the Italian pedo man.
Oh.
So. What?
So your light flashed before your eyes there for a split second.
I
Leaned back a little too far in his chair. I saw his light flash before his eyes.
I'm already fucking hurt. I don't want to get injured, okay?
The one I was thinking was Alex Killorn.
Alex Killorn, I could see that. I put down Mason McTavish. I think it's very. I know there has been rumors. I think it is pretty likely that he ends up getting moved. To who? I have no idea, but we'll see. Before we get in that, I guess this idea was also spawned. Basically, what gave me the idea was with both Dylan Larkin and now Darnell Nurse both requesting trades out of their respective teams. Dylan Larkin's original first three teams that he wanted was Minnesota, Florida, and Vegas. I know I made a short on our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, go check it out of my kind of short-term opinions on what I think. I guess we'll get to those when we get to those respective teams. And he added three more recently, which was, Tampa?
I don't know.
I saw he added a couple more teams. I know one of them was Tampa, and now there were two more playoff teams, which is, again, he wants to go play for a championship. He knows what it's like to be on a winning team. He wants to go with teams where he has some of his buddies from that team. And
has a chance to make the playoffs and do something.
Yeah, Darnell Nurse, I think there's only two teams originally on Nurse's list, Pittsburgh being one of them.
Don't do it, Dubas! Don't you fucking do it! That'd be dumb as fuck! Sorry, go on.
Can't remember what the second team was. Again, I don't want to get Darnell Nurse. I just don't want us to give up way too fucking much. If Edmonton were to retain 50% of it, I'd be more okay with it. I just don't want to give up too much. And I do think that Dubas probably could get a little bit of a fleece out of him, give him maybe a second and a third.
Nope.
I wouldn't hate it, but I don't want him. But again, it would depend on what we give up of what my official final opinion would be.
Nope.
I know Colin's not going to jump off of his opinion. So.
I really don't want him.
No, we already have an aging Letang. We already have an aging Carlson. I don't want a fucking bum and Nurse. And yeah, he's a dependable defenseman, but you're gonna pay him how much to be third pairing best? No. I think that's fucking stupid. No matter what you give up, no matter how much Edmonton retains, still not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. And even if he were to sign in free agency, you gotta go sub 8 mil. And that's being generous.
Nurse?
Yeah.
Well, he's still got, I think he's still 3 years left on his contract.
It doesn't matter. Even if you were to sign him in free agency, say he was becoming a free agent this year, sub 8 mil, and that's, again, I'm being very, very generous. And he does have his good games, but unfortunately, it seems like he has a lot more not so good games compared to good games. So it's not worth it.
Can't tell you how many times like the games have kind of ended where it was a mistake on his part. And
that's fair.
So I'm sorry. I do not want to see him in the Penguins black and gold. You can go to Boston and wear that black and gold for all I care.
Dylan Lark, if Dubas can pull out a week, and I said, excuse me, I said this in my short as well. I'd love Dylan Larkin. I would love to get him into black and gold.
Very good.
But knowing Steve Yzerman, I know for a fact he is going to ask for Ben Kindle. I know for a fact he's going to ask for Ben Kindle. I don't want to give him Ben Kindle. They could take fucking Chris Letang. They could take Brian Rust at this point for all I care. Ricard Raquel. You could take Eric Carlson. You could take Harrison Brunecki. You could take Rucker McGrody. Ville Koivunen. You're not getting Ben Kindle. I just know for a fact.
Tell me how you really feel.
I know for a fact Steve Yzerman is going to ask for Ben Kindle. And we know that Dubas is not interested because, again, I don't know how accurate these rumors were. Back at the deadline, we were making a heavy push for Robert Thomas from St. Louis, and they asked for Ben Kindle, and Dubas politely told him to go to hell.
Yeah, Larkin, I'd be a lot more okay with. Like, I really would be okay with Larkin.
Oh, I'd love Dylan Larkin.
The fact that he's a good center depth, like...
Former fastest skater, winner of the All-Star Skills competition. Like he's really quick. He's he's got some grit to him. He's not afraid to drop the gloves.
I mean, he's gonna be 30 at the end of July.
Yeah, which is it's not horrible. I mean,
he definitely dropped the age of the center core. He would drop the age not significantly, but he'd still drop it. So I would not be opposed.
Malkin's been playing, so when you throw him on that second line. Bump Tomi Novak back down to the third line center.
Well, I
think it would all depend on what we do with Brian Rust and bump Novak back up to the first line, or even bump Malkin up to that first line wing. It would all depend. I mean, we can move some things around.
There are definitely a lot of options when it comes to the Penguins, and hypothetically, if we do end up bringing Larkin in, then that adds a lot of flexibility. We have also known Larkin to play on the wing from time to time, especially with that Team USA. So, like, hell, I mean, even have Larkin on Sid's side with Larkin, Sid, and Raquel.
Don't get me excited.
Like, there are options for that.
Like, I would be okay with us getting him for literally anything but Ben Kindle. You want a first-round pick, take a first-round pick. You want a first and a second, take a first and a second. You're not getting Ben Kindle. I'm sorry.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here. Let's get
we'll get to that when we get to more teams involved in that rumor mill.
I had a few ideas for him too.
The Boston Bruins. Who do we think would be more likely there?
McAvoy.
You think really?
McAvoy.
He just signed not too long ago a pretty lengthy extension.
I know, but McAvoy or I think Pasta's staying.
Yeah.
I think Pasta loves Boston, but I feel like depending on their future success. I mean, I know they got bumped in the first round by Buffalo at 6, but like I feel like seeing the previous years and their success. I feel like McAvoy's like, yeah, I kind of want a shot, and obviously winning. Same thing with Dylan Larkin. You see that you saw his success and how pivotal he was in Team USA's victory. He might want to copy that success and try and win silver this year and win Lord Stanley. So I feel like that might be a good chance for him too.
That if he were to get, I want to kind of top because I figured because I kind of brought up a good point, like, but partially, but I think who would probably need him would be the Rangers. Like he'd want to maybe go play with Sullivan. Go
play for Sully. Go play with. I think Adam Fox was on that All-Star team too, where like if he was like a 7th, 8th defenseman, but go play with some guys he's familiar with. Vinny Churchuk's also over there as well. Another American boy, but we'll get to there. I think.
Yeah, which would be one for me.
We'll get to there. But I said either Pavel Zacha or Hampus Lindholm. I was going through a lot of their guys are just kind of on like those 1-2 year contracts. A lot of them are going to be UFAs in the offseason already, so not really going to be traded. They'll be featured. We'll do free agency predictions or whatever. because that's what they'll be. But so I just said those two guys because I think those are really solid, and Hampus Lindholm's really solid. Second line D pair, just about anybody could take him. Pavelzak is a really solid bottom 6 forward. Just about anybody would take that. Just where they would go, that's a completely different story. But if I had to choose one, it's tough to choose any of them. But those two I think could be from Boston. Buffalo.
One of the 3 goaltenders.
You think
It could be UPL, it could be Levi, it could be Lyon. I mean, with how consistently inconsistent both Lyon and UPL have been this past season, and with Levi's long-term stint in Rochester, I know Levi he's probably the best, the best one, or the most likely to be traded of the 3. Just because he wants NHL time. He's proven that he can get NHL time. He can't get over that hurdle of either passing Lyon or UPL.
And honestly, kind of going off of that, like the fact that just how the breakout years that UPL and Alex Lyon had this year, I think that just kind of put the stamp on.
Yeah, the difference there is between those guys is, sorry to cut you off, but both Lyon and UPL have proven themselves as starters. Levi he has proven that he can be an NHL goaltender. He just hasn't quite reached that starter level yet, but he could very easily go be a backup. I could probably give you 10 teams right now that could use him as a backup.
He's definitely a fringe starter for sure. It's just,
short-term, say your starter goes down, he can jump in there and be like the short-term starter, but not a full-time 60, 70 game starter. I said Michael Kessering, Ryan McLeod, or Yuri Kulik. I think any of those 3. Most because I've said this to these guys, I think Dylan Larkin would be an incredible fit in Buffalo. He would fit in so well. To throw him in that top line there with Tage Thompson, or even throw him in that second line next to Alex Tuck, which again, it depends on if he ends up staying there or not. I think those... Either Michael Kessering or Ryan McLeod, I think, are more likely to be involved in a Dylan Larkin trade more than Yuri Kulik. But if they don't end up going for Dylan Larkin, I could see Yuri Kulik being involved in a different trade somewhere elsewhere. Maybe to bring in somebody, maybe like a Mason McTavish or like a Darnell Nurse to help out their deep pairing. Calgary. I said everyone? Question mark. I mean, there's not all that team is just bad, man. There's so many things that need change there. I said, even though I think it's going to be a very hard contract to move, Jonathan Huberdeau, you could probably get a really good return from him despite his age. I think he's 32 now. Even despite that, I do think they could get a decent return package for him.
I was going to say that Ford trade with him in Calgary, that kind of...
He was involved in the Chucky trade, wasn't he? Yeah. You could still get a decent package for him. Just about anybody, I think, would give you some decent return on him. He can very easily, without a doubt, be a second line. Some teams might even jump right into that first line role. But that's about all I can really name.
Yeah, I would say there's not really anyone I would. If I had chose one, I'd say Mikael Backlund was the other one.
Finally move on from Michael Backlund. Yeah, I mean, could be time for that as well.
I said I know he was already traded once this year for Mackenzie Weegar, but Zach Whitecloud went from a relatively successful Vegas team to Calgary.
No, pun intended. Now, a royally successful Vegas team. I'd be pissed about Zach Whitecloud, dude. I'd be so mad.
His former team, a team that he played on for the majority of the season, making the Cup Final.
So
while you're sitting on the couch at home.
I know when he was on the team, they weren't doing the great. They were fighting for that playoff spot. And now, here we are. We're literally watching them in Game 6 of the Cup Final right now. The other team we're currently watching right now, the Carolina Hurricanes.
Peter Kochetkov.
That's who I said Peter Kochetkov. Just the other two have really proven themselves. Freddie Anderson has proved himself to be a starter, at least for the next couple years here. Brandon Bussey, obviously, they're going to pay Brandon Bussey over
the
Peter
fact
Kochetkov.
that what he's just shown in...
Yeah, what he has shown in these playoffs, it's just incredible. And just about any... I could probably give you 12 to 15 teams list of who would take on Peter Kochetkov. if I had to throw a skater in there, I would say maybe like a Jordan Martinook. I mean, I really can't see them moving on from just about anybody else in this skaters core. I mean, they have what 6 goal scorers. Like you're not going to move on from any of those guys. I mean, Martinook might have been one of them now that I say that, but I think he could be one. Maybe move on from somebody like not Jakob Slavin. No, I was gonna say Brady Shea. He's not even there anymore. So, but no, yeah, I think Martinook would be the best choice there. Chicago. Who could we see being traded out of Chicago?
I was gonna say Anton Frondell, and that was
the young guy, the Frondell.
Yeah.
You think so? Okay.
I'm gonna get some heat for this. Not really. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Cedard. Connor Bedard.
I'm gonna get some hate too because I also said Connor Bedard. I think I just more because I want to see him get the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah.
Like he is wasting. I mean, I know it's only been 2-3 seasons now, but wasting the prime, that very young portion of his career, and really literally nothing to show for it. Like.
And he's doing so well on such a nothing team.
Yeah.
And I would probably put a good amount of money on this. Get him to a contender. Get him to somebody like Carolina. Hell, even throw him next to somebody like Sidney Crosby. Throw him into Edmonton next to somebody like Connor McDavid. Give him his own second line there next to Leon Draisaitl.
Or
Buffalo.
I was going to see Buffalo.
Throw him next to throw him on that top. Make him a winger. Throw him on that first line next to Tage Thompson. Or even throw him in that first line center next to Tage Thompson. He's gonna hit 100 points. Give him a contender. He's gonna hit 100 points.
Or pair him up with another number 1 overall draft pick of the past couple of years, Matthew Schaefer and the Islanders.
Throw him in the Islanders. I mean,
they're an up and coming team. They're actually showing promise. Yeah. I mean, that might be honestly what they need to make the playoffs again. Is a stud like Bedard, and to have 2 of the 3 last number 1 draft picks.
A couple of the teams, I also said this in my short, somebody who's like one last piece away, somebody like Minnesota, I think he'd look disgusting in. Even maybe a team like Boston, I think he'd look really, really good in. There's a lot of options that would take in Connor, but be more than happy to give that kid $12 million a year. Like,
absolutely.
I just would like to see him get the hell out of there.
I would agree.
But if we're being realistic, Chicago's probably not going to do it. So I would go with somebody maybe like a Ryan Donato or a Teuvo Teravainen.
Well, keep in mind, Bedard's going to be a free agent this year.
Is he? I thought he has.
His entry contract
3 years is up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, he would more or less sign with. He just can't sign anywhere else until July 1st. I think that's how that works. I think you cannot, or Chicago has first dibs at him, and if he says buzz off, then he's free to go elsewhere. But
yeah, he's a free agent this year.
So we could see him go somewhere, man. And I'd honestly be excited to see him go just about anywhere else.
I want.
I don't hate Chicago in any form. I hate seeing people go. It's just a very boring team to watch.
I don't think they are utilizing Bedard the way Bedard needs to be utilized. Like, that system, I just don't think it works. I mean, obviously, something with him's working, in the fact that he's a fucking awesome, amazing hockey player, but just that system as a whole, like, his individual puzzle piece doesn't fit in the puzzle that Chicago is.
Completely robbed off of Team Canada in the Olympics, which was highway robbery that he wasn't on that team. Hopefully we do see him, because if I saw correctly, Chicago has to make a couple signings to even make the cap floor. That's how much of cap space that they have. So they very easily this offseason or throughout the season make some trades to get him the help they need, and they just didn't do it. Were they waiting for this offseason to bring in Alex Tuch and that's it? Alex Tuch is one of the only huge name, no offense, big difference maker names that are going to be on this year's UFA list.
I'm sorry, Tuch is resigning Buffalo.
I don't know, man. We'll get to that, but we'll see. I'd like to see it, but we'll see what happens there.
Keep my comments for when we do talk about free agency next week.
Yeah. Yeah, Connor Bedard was the first name I had on this list. I said next to Donato and Teravainen, which I think those two are more likely to be, traded Because I said if Bedard is going to be a free agent, he was going to sign somewhere. But if we're talking trade, I could see somebody like Teravainen or Donato. Colorado.
One of the Woods.
Blackwood
or Wedgwood?
Or Wedgwood. That's a funny way to put that.
Well, it's true.
Woods. Again, there's really not.
Oh no, the skull just died.
Oh no.
What the fuck? I've had this for like 20 years. So.
Have you really?
Yeah.
It just stopped working.
Yeah. Unless did it come on blood?
Oh no. I don't think so.
The skull just died.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
No! What the staples of the studio? The skull just died.
Oh, that's
Hold
kind
on.
of devastating.
Hold on. I'm gonna actually hold on. I'm gonna no. Keep the mic rolling, just so that they can see the video, hear it on the audio, and then see the video later on. But now that we're recording live, the fucking skull just died. Like, hello? Oh no! No! The skull. Well, it's funny that it is a skull, but. I'm distraught. I'm so distraught.
So we're keeping this raw, and this is a raw reaction right here. That's kind of devastating. That thing's been here forever.
My heart's broken.
I've had that skull. Forever.
I've had that skull in the studio since I took over this room from prior tenants. I'm not going to release their name on the air, but I'm so fucking disappointed. I gotta get a new one now in the off season. Where do I even get these anymore?
It beats me.
I said, get a lava lamp. Get one.
No.
When you got a cat that can just bink, knock it over.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm gonna upload that as a short.
Yeah, go check out that short. You'll see this. You'll probably see that before you see this, maybe. But if you haven't gone and seen that short, go check out that short. Just see a live reaction.
Oh, but I gotta upload it to the BPS one, not my personal channel.
But yeah, moving on. Colorado. You said one of the Woods. Who could you see moving on from Colorado? Jeff?
I said Devon Taves.
Devon Taves, really? Okay. I said somebody like Atari Lakeinen. Just somebody he's kind of been there for a long time. If they had to move on from somebody, I feel like it could be him to try, bring up some of their younger guys. Give Ivan some more playing time in the NHL. Again, when you're a team that is as good as Colorado is, Colorado, like when it comes to like contracts, they're probably one of the best out there. Like they don't have any. I don't think they have a single player that I can think of or name that is making more than they should be, or not making enough, or not making as much as they should be. I think all of their contracts are like so perfect that again, just I don't see them moving on from really anybody. But again, if I have to throw a name out there, it's working. It just had a shortage in the wire or something.
The skull's not dead.
We're good.
Woo! I'm sorry. I'm just so freaking distraught about that too.
I saw like your soul like leave your eyes for a second. You're like, no.
Again, it's such a staple of the studio. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm getting
great.
so off topic.
We're good. It's back. We're back in business. The skull is okay.
The skull is alive. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We're sorry we doubted you.
Rope the skull for good luck.
Just goes out again.
Shit.
Columbus. Who do we think move on from Columbus? One that I know has been in rumors a lot is Kent Johnson. I think he, very young kid. He's still only 22, 23 years old. Just not performing up to the level that they expected out of him, or I'm sure that he expected out of himself. I think that he could be one of those players that just needs that change of scenery. Just needs that move to kind of give him that kick in the ass. I think it could be him.
I say it could be Bold, but I don't know where he would fit well. But Elvis Merzlikins, I could also possibly see him being on the move.
Yeah.
So that's maybe potentially Bold.
Yeah, I said Ken Johnson or even Mason Marchment. I know there's rumors were saying that the Penguins were interested in him. Could be linked up to a Mason Marchment. I think he'd be a good, third, fourth line guy. Kind of replace Kevin Hayes or replace a Noel Acciari if Noel Acciari doesn't come back, which I think they'd be stupid to not bring him back for a cheap deal. But yeah, those are the two names I have for Columbus.
Before I say my two names, remember, funny enough, looking at the list here, remember when Vancouver traded Connor Garland to CBJ?
Yeah.
Just a couple months prior to his trade, because he was supposed to be a free agent this offseason, but Vancouver signed him to an 8-year deal. I forget the monetary value. That had a no movement trade clause in his deal. He couldn't have been moved starting this offseason. Trade deadline day comes around, gets traded to Columbus. Doesn't get moved anywhere else, so now he's stuck as a Columbus Blue Jacket. Unless if he waives that, he's stuck as a Columbus Blue Jacket for the next 8 seasons. But speaking of, my 2 players would be either Mason Marchment or Charlie Coyle.
Oh, yeah, I could see it. Now that you say I could see Charlie Coyle being moved. I said for most of these, I tried to go through and see contracts and see who had a year left or just signed a new one, so I didn't say that person, or one that is going to be a UFA, so they wouldn't qualify as a trade. But yeah, I could see Charlie McAvoy being one, or Charlie Coyle being one.
You're just not having a good night with
I'm mixing up just the wrong last names apparently. Dallas, this is a tough one because again, a team that's as good as Dallas has been, as good as of a team as Dallas was this year, it's tough to choose names, but I'll just throw one out there that has been in the rumor mill, Jason Robertson.
That's actually one.
But if I saw correctly, he's asking for $13 million a year. I'm not quite sure if he's worth that. So, I mean, if somebody wants to pay him that, be my guest. If it was the Penguins, I don't want us paying him that much money. And we can afford it. We still have $40 million left in cap space, but I would be okay with it. But who would again, is that another one? Are they also going to ask for somebody like Ben Kendall? Probably. But again, it's if fine, you pay the contract then. That's what I'd be like, I'll do is you want Ben Kendall? You're not getting him, fine, go ahead, pay that $12 million contract that you can't afford. Because they cannot afford to pay him. That's why they're looking to trade him. They cannot afford to pay him.
I know. I don't know how they would be able to afford him, but knowing somehow they probably would too. Another one what might convince obviously for next year potentially. Obviously, same thing with Austin Matthews. Toronto maybe they would try to find a way to.
Jason Robertson next to Willie Nylander and Austin Matthews.
Woo! Or even eventually Gavin McKenna.
Throw him next to Gavin McKenna on their own, make a whole new second line there. That could be good.
Yeah.
That could be good. You better still upload that short, by the way, though. That's good content.
It's uploaded.
Is it uploaded? Okay.
And then I just took a picture of the skull and made a post saying, just kidding, the skull is alive! Tyler Myers is my guy.
He's in Dallas right now?
Yeah.
Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Just came over just before the trade deadline.
Oh, wow. If it's not Jason Robertson, I could see it finally being time to move on from Tyler Seguin. Who would be interested in Tyler Seguin? I do think there's a good amount of teams that would take him. I know he's only making $6 million a year, which is very affordable for 33, 34-year-old.
I just know for his age in that.
I know his that's where his age is. You're starting to get to around that injury risk rate. Could some players he could retire this year. He could retire in 5 more years. We don't know. Tyler Seguin is still that name where he's flashback all the way to the first season where we were all dumbstruck that he was only 29, and here we are 5 seasons later. He's only 34. It feels like this guy's been playing our entire lives, and he's only 34. But yeah, I still think there's a lot of teams that could be interested in him. But where? Who knows? Detroit. I did not take the easy way out here. I actually try to think about some here. I said somebody like a JT Compher, who really they kind of brought him in to try to part of that rebuild, and he did good his first 2 seasons over there, but this last season was really not good for him. I said same from maybe a Michael Rasmussen. I could see them also. I could see maybe Rasmussen even being part of the Larkin deal. Package him and Larkin together, or even package him and Comfort, Larkin and Comfort together, or even package Rasmussen and Comfort together to bring in somebody, maybe bring in somebody like a Jason Robertson or something.
I kind of, because I just said Dylan. We were talking earlier, I did do Dylan Larkin, but I said the other few teams I had ideas for, he'd be probably good depth. Obviously, one of the teams that he did mention he wanted to go to was Minnesota, and that's a good spot. And then the other one I had thought of would be really good. Obviously, they're very young, and that he could bring his veterans side to their team, Montreal, and that
the whole thing though. Would Larkin want to go to a Canadian team though? I don't know. But I still think, me personally, I really want to see him in the black and gold. But being realistic, dude, Buffalo would be nasty. Buffalo would be disgusting. I really don't want to see him go to Florida. I don't want to see him go to Vegas. Out of those initial first three, Minnesota is, I think, the best spot. But I really want to see him go to Buffalo. Edmonton, Tristan Jarry next. Florida, no.
No, Tristan Jarry and Connor McDavid.
Realistically, who do we? I did say Tristan Jarry for Edmonton, though. I don't know about you guys, but
no, like I said, Tristan Jarry, Connor McDavid, Darnell Nurse.
You think there's a chance Connor McDavid could get traded?
I mean, if he continues not to see the success that he wants,
I think I think one more year will determine if he says I'm.
But after this year, he has two more because he signed. Because this was supposed to be his last year, but he signed a 2-year extension. Took a pay cut, and who did they waste the money on? Jake Wallman. Oh, dude. I would have marched my ass straight to the GM's office and punched him right in the fucking throat, dude.
What the fuck?
You took my money to give it to Jake Wallman? If I was McDavid, dude, I would have been fucking livid. But yeah, I mean, I tried to stay away from Dylan Larkin and Darnell Nurse for those two because those ones we know they've officially requested one, but they got to bring in the goaltender. One I would love to see Bobrovsky go over there and fight for another one. Even somebody like maybe put Peter Chekhov over there, like one goalie we mentioned from earlier. Could I see them reuniting with Stuart Skinner?
No.
Maybe.
No.
I'm sorry. I think it's more likely that they bring Skinner back than bring Jarry back, to be honest with you. But, moving on. Florida.
Bob,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't want the end of his contract, though, so that's why I didn't put him.
It doesn't matter. I just don't want to beat around the bush. I know, if the Panthers are smart, which they are, they'd much rather lose Bob for something versus letting him walk in free agency.
Yeah.
So, again, the Panthers are smart. So
yeah.
I said somebody like an Anton Lundell, strictly for if they do go and pursue Dylan Larkin. I can almost promise you Anton Lundell is going to be involved in that deal going back to Detroit. I said maybe in somebody like an Evan Rodriguez, Penguins legend. I could see him moving on, going somewhere else. He's a very solid bottom six guy that just about anybody would benefit from. I say go bring him back to Buffalo. I could see him doing well in the bottom six over there. So he spent very little bit of time over there, not a whole lot, obviously back when they were dog shit. But throw him over there now, I think he could really boost that bottom six. LA. This is another one that it's really tough to choose just about any of them. I said maybe somebody like Joel Armia or one of their two goaltenders. But again, it's going to be tough to move because both those goaltenders are, getting up there in age. Darcy Kemper, I think, is 36. Forsberg is, I believe, 32, I saw. So both those guys are getting up there. Joel Armia, I think, is the only one that you could maybe still get a decent return back for. But again, LA is one of those teams, they are young, but at the same time, they do have a few older guys, but they don't really have a lot of long-term contracts to where they have a lot of guys to where they can just trade. They have a lot of 1, 2 year, 3-year contract guys. Again, with them, I think they got swept. They got swept in that first round by Colorado, didn't they? So is it? I wouldn't say it's necessarily time for rebuild because they're
they're contenders, but they're just
borderline. If I'm not mistaken, if they did that, we've joked around and did if they did the 1v16 format, they wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
I think if we did the 1v8, I don't think they would have made it. Yeah, they just barely snuck into those playoffs.
They're like that. They're kind of like right now how the Sharks are on the rise right now. They're borderline competitive, but their team.
Oh, the Sharks are going to be good next year. They're going to be nasty next year.
I told my one coworker who's a big Sharks fan. I told him they're going to be what Montreal is, a really good
They're going to be scary good next year, dude. Minnesota. Who do we see? being traded out of Minnesota. I said Philip Gustafson.
I didn't say my name for LA, but that's fine.
Oh, did you not? Sorry.
No.
I didn't either.
Yeah, way to steal the fucking show there, Kyle. Settle down.
Who do we think from LA then?
I had it. I was gonna go back.
Cody Ceci.
That is one that I did almost put, but I don't know if who would take him. Like,
it's kind of hard to say. Like you said, it was hard to say, but I said Alex on Lafreniere. Like
Alex Lafreniere. Okay, I could see that too. Yeah, but I could see Alex Lafreniere before CC because I just like Cody CC. That's one of those names you're like, who the fuck is that at this point? Like, he's just one of those names that just kind of ends up getting lost in the depth chart or lost in the lineup. Like, can be a third line pairing maybe. Like, oh boy. But yeah, sorry. Now moving on to Minnesota. I said Philip Gustafson. I could see it just kind of being that Marc-Andre Fleury, Matt Murray situation. They're just going to end up going with the younger stud goaltender in Jesper Wallstedt rather than Gustafson. That's why I chose him. But
I said their third string goaltender, Cal Peterson.
Cal Peterson's over in Minnesota, really?
Yeah,
okay.
He's Minnesota. Like I said, he's their third string goaltender. He's going to want to see some time, whether it's the backup job or the starting job, and with him being as young as he is, I mean he's 31. He'll be 32 this year, so I know he'll definitely want to see some.
So he's the oldest one out of those three because I think Gustafson's only 29, but Wallstedt's only like 23.
So he's going to want to see some NHL time here now that he's older for a goaltender.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If it's not him, I also put someone down like a Ryan Hartman. That's another one I could see Ryan Hartman being involved in a Dylan Larkin trade. I think Ryan Hartman would obviously be as good as like a Dylan Larkin, but could be very helpful in rebuilding for the fourth time that Detroit franchise. I could see Hartman being involved in a Larkin trade. What do you think, Jeff?
Honestly, this is one of the because of how Minnesota is.
So yeah, you almost don't want.
Yeah, that's the only issue with their core. Honestly, I really don't know. Honestly,
Not sure.
yeah.
No.
That's
It's because when you're as young of a core as they are, and just how close they are to being an elite team, like a Stanley Cup contender. They're literally just 1-2 small pieces away, and like Dylan Larkin, could be that piece. And like Jason Robertson could be that piece, but like they are that close to being like a true Cup contender. And trading away somebody like Hartman to bring in Dylan Larkin, that could be the move. That could be the move. Montreal, another one we were kind of just talking about. Very similar to Minnesota, like a very young core that's like they're doing very, very well, so it's kind of tough to choose one.
Honestly, this is where I honestly think besides Minnesota and obviously, like you guys said, Pittsburgh, Dylan Larkin would have fitted perfectly here in Montreal.
I think he would, but would he go to a Canadian team? That's what that's what my thoughts are on that. Like, I'd like to see him there, but I don't think he would go to a Canadian team.
Brendan Gallagher.
That's who
I actually said too. So yeah, it's about time. I mean, he's getting up there. He's also like 34, 35 now. So I mean, if they want to continue on the rise,
he just turned 34 last week.
34, okay.
Or I'm sorry, Saturday the 6th.
Okay. So he's starting to get up there. He's been there his whole career. He's been there now 13, 14. He's been there a very long time. He's there with Galchenyuk when Galchenyuk was over there. So he's been there for quite some time. If it's not him, I went with another goaltender. I went with somebody like a Sam Montembeault because they now have those two young guys. They have that Jakob Dobish and they have Jacob Fowler who did really, really well in the later part of the season here, who pretty much kind of took over and just kind of completely kicked Montembeault to the curb, really, to take over the positions there.
They were nearly helped them to get to beat Buffalo for the
if it wasn't for Jakob Dobish was ridiculous against Buffalo.
It was pretty much the Dobish show there.
Yeah, it was.
So.
And after they beat him, he goes, they're like, "Oh, you've played 14 games already. How do you feel?" He goes, "I could play 14 more." They only ended up playing 5 more, but but I don't know. I just don't. I don't see them keeping Montembeault when they have 2 stud goaltenders right there in front of them that they could have. They have the money to pay both of them to keep them both long term. I don't see them keeping Montembeault around. So I put Montembeault and then Gallagher for likeliness. So I think they're both just as likely, but I think Montembeault is just slightly more of a possibility just because of your other 2 young goaltenders. Nashville. It's another tough one, man, because they got some rough contracts. They have some very rough contracts to try to get out of. Brady Shea's a tough one, but I don't see them trading him. Jonathan Marchessault is a tough contract. I have him as one of the players I could see them moving on
that's
from.
That's who I actually had on the move.
I could also see them trying to dump off Ryan O'Reilly somewhere. Even like a Philip Forsberg. He's been there for the longest time now. I think he's been there since their cup run against the Penguins. I know he's been there for a very long time, so it could be time to finally move on from him as well. I know Ryan O'Reilly's only been there for, I think this is only his second season over there. Might only be first.
Second, yeah.
Second?
He came in around the same time.
Came as a Stamkos, Marchessault, Shea, all those guys, when they signed those 3 biggest contracts of the offseason and missed the playoffs and like one of the worst teams in the league. That's what I'm saying. Like those contracts are going to be, Marchessault's contract is going to be tough to move, but I think they could pull it off. But those are my 3.
Eric Holla.
Okay. I mean, that one's probably one of the easier ones to move.
I mean, he just turned 35 back at the end of March, so I mean, he's getting up there in age. I mean, the whole core is getting up there in age. So that's the point.
All these guys that we mentioned, Eric Holla, Ryan O'Reilly, Marchessault, Forsberg, they're all, lower to mid 30s, so you're really not going to get a massive return back for any of them. So you probably have to trade multiple of these guys to different teams to get as many pieces back as possible. But it's tough. It's going to be a tough couple years for Nashville fans. It really is. New Jersey. What do we think of New Jersey?
One of their 2 goaltenders in Markstrom or Allen. Markstrom just turned 36. Allen will be 36 at the start of the new hockey season.
They got to bring in somebody younger.
And, I mean, both of them have proven a point this past season that they could be the starter. I think they kind of ran a 1A, 1B situation until Markstrom got hurt. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they still have gas left in the tank. They're still worthy, and to ship them off to a team with a young goaltender that could use the mentor of one of the 2 experienced goaltenders.
Maybe somebody like Buffalo. Training Buffalo, bringing over Devin Levi, yeah. I could see something like that, like a 1-for-1 goalie trade, or obviously you have to be a couple more pieces if you're gonna give away a 36-year-old goaltender for a 20-something-year-old goaltender, but so it's gonna have to be more than just that. But
yeah, at least one of those 2 guys are I'd imagine moving.
I can see that.
So for me, I either said one of the goalies, but if it was like any skater, I said Cody Glass.
Cody Glass, yeah, Penguins legend. I'm going to say that every time. I don't care. I said maybe like a Jesper Bratt. Like if they want to, if they have any interest in trying to bring Quinn Hughes over. I know it's been rumored. It's a possibility. It's more of a dream for Devils fans.
Okay, Dom.
Yeah.
Settle down there.
Somebody like Jesper Bratt or even like a Timo Meier, I think, would have to be involved in that. Even though it's not going to happen, Quinn Hughes would be a Penguin before he'd be a Devil.
Not according to the legend. Not according to the legend.
But yeah, either Jesper Bratt or Timo Meier, I think, are more likely to get moved. I don't think Jack Hughes is going anywhere. I don't think Captain Heischer is going anywhere. I think those 2 would be more likely. I agree with Colin, too. I think one of them, even if not both the goaltenders, try to get a fresh start back there, because that was one of their weakest and toughest points, was that back end over there. The Islanders, it's another tough one to choose one from here, because they have a lot of younger guys, don't really have a lot of long-term contract guys.
Trade Matthew Schaefer to Erie. Trade Matthew. We'll give up Hartsburg. We'll give up Dave Brown. No, but
I know the one that's kind of been on the rumors recently. I could see is Anders Lee in that.
I have seen him on like the rumor mills as of recently.
I was saying, either Tony D'Angelo or Anthony Duclair. J.G. Pageau is going to be an Islander for life.
I think so.
Brain Shen's going to be there for a while. Matthew Barzal, again, another Islander for life. So, it's tough.
I think they're going to have to try to get rid of one of those older guys. I said somebody like a Kyle Palmieri, just to bring in, get something, even if it's just a third round pick, just get something back to bring in some more younger assets, build for the future. Build your team around a Matthew Schaefer, and that starts trading some of those old guys to bring in some assets for the future. The Rangers, I did take the cheap way out here because I did choose one that is on the rumor mill and a Vinny Trocheck. I know he was very heavily rumored to be moved by the deadline, and he didn't end up being moved. So I went with a Vinny Trocheck, or from our first overall pick, Alex Lafreniere. I think Alex Lafreniere is another one. Young guy, just needs kind of a change of scenery. I think he would fit in pretty damn well just about anywhere else.
See, for me to be one of the old guys, now, whether it's Igor, I know Igor's not that old, but he's older. You got Vinny Trocheck, Mika Zibanejad, JT Miller, Adam Fox. They say they're gonna blow, they're gonna tank and suck for the next couple seasons and rebuild. And that's how you do it, is get rid of some of those old guys that still want to prove, hey, we're Rangers and we're going to fucking fight to the very end and just hit the reset button. So
I said kind of on a summer boat as Colin, but for one I picked was JT Miller, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to say him, but they just made him captain, and then they just traded their captain the previous season, Jacob Trouba. They're going to go 3 consecutive seasons with a different captain each year. That's going to be a tough one, but I mean, who would be the new captain if he got moved?
Who cares?
I mean, it's a tough one. If he does stay, I think it would go to somebody like Zibanejad or Trocheck, but I do think Trocheck is very likely to get moved.
That's kind of why I didn't go this time. Unlike some of the other picks we've done in the past, that I didn't want to do Trocheck this time. I figured it was going to be one of those.
Trocheck, I think, is another one. I think he'd fit well up in Detroit as well.
Yeah.
I don't see him being involved in like a Larkin trade. I don't think Larkin would want to go to another failing franchise like the Rangers, but go from one failing original 6 to the other failing original 6. I think it could happen. But Ottawa, another tough one. A young team that's got a lot of a really good, bright future ahead of them. A lot of young assets, a lot of young pieces that you really don't want to move on from. So I just said like an Linus Ullmark. I really don't know on this one. This was probably the toughest one for me. Like I that's like the only realistic one I could come up with for like a trade.
Yeah, well, if we want to stick with the age thing, I mean, Lars Eller's getting up there in age.
Claude Giroux's
getting up there in age.
I just completely forgot Claude Giroux was still playing, to be honest with you. I know Crosby and Malkin, Blutang, I think are all older than him, but I completely forgot about Claude Giroux.
Ever since he left Philly, he's kind of disappeared.
He's 38 years old.
Yeah, I just now remembered his tenure in Florida. I completely forgot about Claude Giroux.
Yeah,
completely was wiped from my memory. I completely forgot about Claude Giroux. Yeah, being 38 years old now, what are you going to get back for him? A 6th round pick? Like, a 5th round pick? Maybe you can squeak out a prospect? But, I mean, is he really going to be that much of a difference maker to where anybody's going to want to hop on him?
Nope.
No, he's just there for the locker room presence, the leadership presence kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Ullmark, he really did bounce back in the second half, the latter half of this season, where I think a lot of teams could be interested in trying to bring him in as a backup. But it's really not a lot of other names from Ottawa that I can really name. But Philadelphia,
the whole franchise, goodbye.
The whole team. Trade the whole team to fucking Europe for all I care.
No, don't trade him. Just fucking nuke the city.
Send him to Juniors.
The whole area of Philadelphia is going to be cleaner if you just nuke it.
If they don't do it themselves from after whether they win or lose a regular season game.
Yeah, so Fuck Philadelphia. Nuke the city. I'll trade the team for one nuke drops.
If I have to name one here, I said maybe like somebody like Erasmus Ristolainen. I mean, that's like the only like realistic one I think is. And they are a younger team. They do have a lot of young assets. You know, if they want to keep somebody like Oliver Blanc up, you got young guys like Cam York, Travis Sanheim, all these young defensemen. One of the older guys is going to have to go, and I think that's going to be Ristolainen. I just missed something. We just missed a save.
I cleared.
Well, Colin's rewinding. We just missed a really good save from Bussy here. Oh, that move though. Damn. Yeah. But yeah, that's like the only one I really can think of is Erasmus Ristolainen. Just based off of the age of the other defenders, they want to keep those guys. Ristolainen's got to go. Do we have one for you guys, or are you sticking true to here?
I'm sticking true to it.
Pittsburgh.
Kevin Hayes.
Well, his contract's up, but
regardless, he needs to come.
Yeah, I mean,
to trade him to Philly for a fucking half-eaten Philly cheesesteak, like I really don't care.
Yeah, I mean they're the obvious. I mean Matt Dumba just got bought out. Ryan Graves.
Did we buy out Dumba?
I thought we put him on waivers in purpose of buying his contract out.
Okay.
Ryan Graves, I could see Stu Skinner, as much as I don't like to admit it, because already being a little bit younger, not as good in the shootouts. But
and I've been saying next year I think we need to stick with Chilaz and Miroshov for our 1-2 guys.
And then stretching here, Rusty, Ricky, those two guys for pretty serious assets.
I was going to say, regardless if it's Rust or Raquel, like you're going to get hopefully a good return on.
I said like if we do push for Dylan Larkin, I think either one of those two guys, if not both, would be involved in a Dylan Larkin trade. I was like dinner crying when I was trying to type these out, but I did put Rust or Raquel. I do think at least one of them is going to be gone in this offseason. I don't think it's going to be both. There's a chance it could be. I hope it's not, but I really do think it's going to be at least one of them.
I hope you're wrong in this scenario. I'm sorry. I really do hope you're wrong.
But I do really think it's going to be at least one of them. Else I am praying to God it's not both of them. If I had to choose one or the other, I'd say goodbye Ricky and keep Ryan Rust.
See, I was going to say the other way around.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Ricky has stayed healthier these past couple seasons. Obviously, Rust did get a couple game suspension there for his stupid play in Brockbester when we played Vancouver.
Yeah, very dumb play. Very similar to Malkin, which me and Colin admitted we were wrong about. Malkin was just as stupid. Should have gotten more than 5 games.
I mean, Darlene did deserve it, yes, but that was a stupid play on Malkin's end.
Same with Brian Rust. But again, Brian Rust really a first-time offender.
Yeah, it was a moment like, dude, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think he even said that too. Like he was just kind of an in the moment, just really stupid play. But the thing is, you know where Brian Rust is from? He's from Michigan. Send him to his hometown team, throw him into a trade with Dylan Larkin. Just saying. San Jose. This is another one. Like we were just talking about him. Very young team. Like,
you're gonna be really
do you want to break that up? If you had to choose any of them, I'd say one that really... He's been there for a little bit long, but I don't think it'd be much of a devastating loss. I said a Barclay Goudreau. Again, just kind of the name I threw on there. I really struggled with this one, too. Because, again, like, they're another one. They're, like, just 1 or 2 pieces away from being a playoff team. Not a contender. They're still got quite a few steps until you can call them, like, a contender. But from being a playoff team, they're just a few small pieces away. I think... this the second overall pick could be part of it. So,
see, my two are back at the blue line, being a Nick Leddy or a Dmitry Orlov.
Yeah. I almost put Dmitry Orlov, but again, with his age, I know it's going to be tough to try to move him. Because I think he's like 35, 36 as well.
30. He'll be 35 this summer.
35, okay.
A third one that nobody's going to buy because of his age, being 39. Revo.
Reeves is 39.
He just turned 39 this
I
year.
think, honestly, just because of how young this core is, I kind of like where he's at, just because he can be the guy that's
Stands up for the young guys.
Stands up for the young guys and all that. So
I mean, all those young guys that they have, man. Like Will Smith,
That's
Michael Misa.
The thing with Reeves is not only his locker room personality. We saw it in Pittsburgh, especially.
Oh, speaking of tilts. Oh, we thought we were about to have one here.
We saw it firsthand in Pittsburgh, especially in the basketball matchup between Phil the Thrill and Revo, which was fantastic nonetheless. But and to have somebody who will drop the gloves in defense of the young guys, the Will Smith, the Michael Misa, those players, those players can go out and do whatever, play their game, and they know they aren't going to jump from behind because guess what? You got this big, scary badass named Brian Reeves on your team willing to break faces here.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's tough. Like San Jose, you really don't want to mess any of that up.
Mm-mm.
But if you had to choose one, I said mine was Barclay Goodrow. So.
I actually went with Dmitry Orlov.
Orlov as well, yeah. I could see it.
Or the contract of Carey Price.
Which actually,
Who's gonna get him next? Who's gonna get it next?
I was actually just looking.
I think this might actually be the final. I think it's
up
finally over this year.
Because I was
so.
looking at the UFAs and restricted ones.
He's finally done this year.
Yeah.
So Seattle. I kind of took the easy way out with one here, one that has been on the rumor mill for probably the last couple months, at least since the deadline. A Shane Wright. I could see him being moved to a contender. I know Pittsburgh has been linked to him as well. I think it's two guys from. I know both Eli Tolvanen and Shane Wright have been rumored or linked, saying that Pittsburgh's been interested.
And I know he's been constantly up and down between Coachella and Seattle.
He can't stay consistent. He's another one very similar to who do we mention before, like a Kent Johnson. Just needs that change of scenery. Where I think just about anywhere else would be a good fit for him. But yeah, that's really all I can really pull from Seattle.
A name that we've heard plenty of times before, Matt Murray.
I almost put him, but I don't know. I don't think he really saw much time. I don't think he saw any time this year, really.
I mean, George Accord has been tearing it up for Seattle, so. And
as much as he can for not being a playoff team.
And then obviously Groovy as well, being their number one guy out there.
Yeah. St. Louis, who do we think? I think this has been pretty obvious. Again, kind of been on the rumor mill for a while. Jordan Binnington, I could very easily see him being traded to probably a Canadian team. Maybe somebody probably Edmonton would be a team that would try to go after him.
I mean, he's better than Tristan Jarry.
I mean, just about anybody's better than Tristan Jarry, but
yeah, that's very
Binnington just can't. He cannot stay consistent.
His ego is too high.
His ego is the worst part of it. But he did great at the Four Nations last year. He was very iffy in the Olympics this year. He did great in the playoffs against the main reason they went to 7 against Winnipeg last year. But yeah, it's just very tough. I said either him or even a Jordan Kyrou. I think Jordan Kyrou is another one, just with his speed and his skill set. I think he is due for a change of scenery as well. Again, where to? I have no idea, but I could see either one of those two guys being moved on.
So I'm busy putting this going out.
He's he's happy it's back.
You're not dead again.
My little precious.
I was going to go with the bread man.
And
Buchnevich.
That's one I thought, that contract is rough.
Yeah.
He's making $9-10 million a year. That's going to be rough and very tough to move. It's still for the next 7 years too. It's going to be very. I saw it again. Very tough to move.
My belt is digging into me, so I gotta undo it.
What do you think, Jeff?
I actually went with Binnington on that.
Binnington as well. Tampa Bay. Now this is another one. It's very tough to choose one. They have so I know they're kind of not on the downfall. They've now had, I think it's 4 consecutive first round exits. So it's very tough to choose one. I said maybe throw away one of their younger assets. I said maybe a Connor Geekie to maybe bring in again some other, for sure NHL ready right now assets. to get this team again. If you can even say the next step, because they've already done it all recently. But if they want to get back up to that step, they need to trade away maybe one of their younger guys to bring in some right now pieces.
There's one player that's on the roster, the Tampa Bay's roster right now, that I would love to see in the black and gold. Jake Getzel.
Yeah, man. Wish he would look really good in the black and gold.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I mean, I don't know what it is about Jake looking good in the black and gold, but I don't know what it is about Jake looking good in the black and gold, but
Jake Getzel would look really good in the black and gold.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the black and gold.
Something's telling me, I don't know. We need to get a Photoshop photo to actually see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what makes you guys think he'll look good in the black and gold?
I don't know. Just something's telling me, man.
Have a nice reunion.
What do you think for Tampa Bay, Jeff? It's tough to choose.
I set up the door open. Hi, Otis. Come here.
Odie, who do you think is going to be traded out of Tampa Bay?
Come here. Speaking to the mic, who do you think is going to be traded?
Odie wants to watch Netflix, apparently.
It's like me want Netflix.
It's tough.
It really is.
I should say Kucherov just to stir the pot, stir some feathers. But
this is another one I really truly don't know who Tampa would move away from.
One that I do think is going to be leaving in free agency, which we'll talk about more in depth next week, is a Darren Radish. I don't think they can afford to pay him.
No. But if he's willing to take a team-friendly contract, he's going to stay.
Yeah, if he can go somewhere else and get 7-8 mil somewhere else, he's going to go take it, I think. But Toronto.
Austin Matthews.
You think so?
No, I'm not joking around with this. Austin Matthews wants out of Toronto.
Yeah.
And with his best friend leaving last offseason and finding success on his new team in Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews still won't go.
I honestly believe if Toronto doesn't find a way to convince him, then I honestly think he's going to be also out of there.
Yeah. I said two names. I said maybe a Morgan Riley or a Max Domi. I think both of those guys are as good as gone. Morgan Riley, it's about that time. He's been there his whole career. I know his contract is going to be not as tough to move as somebody like a Willie Nylander's would be to move, but I think Morgan Riley could be somebody else, could go elsewhere and be a pretty good second line defenseman. I know because he's getting up there in age as well, but it's tough. Really, I mean, I don't have a good one from there, unfortunately, but yeah.
I think the only way until Toronto makes some moves to help, hey, we don't want to lose you, Matt Austin. We'll try to find ways to improve.
You know what jersey Matthews would look really good in?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I won't say the black and gold then, but
Honestly, just shut the fuck up with this one.
I'm telling you, if I say it for every player, one of them is bound to happen.
Just stop.
And then we get the text, guys, it happened.
One of them happened. We got Ryan O'Reilly. Moving on to Utah. Come to the last five here. I said just one of their goaltenders. I think one of them besides Karel Vejmelka. I think you'd be morally stupid to move on from Vejmelka after the season he just had. So one of those guys, I think Connor Ingram's one of them. Either him or maybe
Well, Connor Ingram's up in Edmonton now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Or is that? Oh yeah, maybe he is.
I say he was back up to
Jerry, was he?
To Jerry.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of. Who
was
was I thinking of? I can't remember, but. I just said a goalie not named Vejmelka, or some. If you want to go on the back end, maybe somebody like a Sean Dursey. I know he's been there for a little bit. I could see him getting moved. I could see them bringing in a couple pieces for him. But it's another one. It's tough to choose because again, when they finally made the playoffs, they finally found some success there. If you can say it's technically a new franchise, but it's Arizona's team who really didn't make the playoffs for 10 years before that. I think 2015 was the last time that franchise made the playoffs technically. But yeah, I really don't know on that one. Like I said, one of the goalies, if not Sean Dursey.
If I had to be specific on this one, I'll say Vinacek for...
Vinacek. That might have been who I was thinking, not... I don't know why I said Connor Ingram, but...
I got two. First one, the first overall bust, Kyler Yamamoto.
He wasn't first overall.
Who am I thinking of?
I think he was first round.
Who am I thinking? No, he's one of the 1,000 first overall picks that Edmonton had during the 2010s.
That was a bust?
Yeah.
Thinking of Yakupov?
That's probably one thing.
Yeah, okay. Hasn't played in 9 years.
That doesn't matter. He's kind of a bust. And the second one. Yeah, by the end of the night, I'm going to bring in my whole fucking collection.
I'm trying to think of what jersey he has that would be on Utah right now.
That would also look good in the back and goal.
The John Marino, yep.
I can't. By the end of this episode, I'm going to have all freaking 36 jerseys in this
As
room.
much as I'd love to bring him back, ever since he left Pittsburgh, he's really done nothing with his career. He really never lived up to his hype. He's been injury prone, Colin just said. I would like to see a reunion, but he never lived up to what I wanted him to be, what every Penguin fan wanted him to be. So sadly, I don't see it happening, but I could see them moving on, but coming back to Pittsburgh is probably unlikely, but...
Another really sad organization right now.
Vancouver. The ones I said Brock Besser. I think he'd be easier to move. Pittsburgh. What about Marino to Pittsburgh? I said Brock Besser for Vancouver. I said Petey, but that contract is going to be damn near impossible to move. They're going to have to retain if they're going to try to move him. I honestly said even somebody like a Thatcher Demko. If you're just rebuilding, you pretty much got to start with your starting goaltender.
Yeah.
Trade him away, bring in some other assets. Trade away Brock B. They've already traded away JT Miller. They already traded away Quinn Hughes. They have all those pieces they got for Quinn Hughes that they could probably involve in a PD trade to make up for the contract that they're going to have to pay.
Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain. Kane.
Oh, yeah. Who do you think? Oh, Vander Kane. Okay.
No, I'm just saying his name for the hell of it. Yeah,
I was thinking. You say Kane, I immediately go to Patty Kane. That's why. I always forget that. I always forget that Vander Kane exists.
Oh,
that's probably a good thing, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. Other than that, they have so many just terrible contracts.
Mm-hmm. Kind of gonna be sad for a while.
They're gonna be a bad team for a long time.
You know who I think should be traded out of there? Just kidding. I don't want to find jerseys. Joke's on you.
Now, other team we're currently watching right now, the Vegas Golden Knights. I said a William Karlsson, go back to one of the OG guys over there. Even a Braden McNabb too. I think they're two of the only OG guys still left over there. If you count Riley Smith, I know he took a gap, went back and forth for a little bit, and then now he's back over there. But
he loves Vegas.
Yeah.
So I think he's staying.
I said either William Karlsson or Braden McNabb. Just William Karlsson, I think he's just kind of done his time there, and I think there's a lot of other teams that could. If Larkin does go to Vegas, I think Karlsson will be a piece that goes back to Detroit. Even Braden McNabb too. I think either one of those two would be involved if Larkin does make his way over to Vegas. Don't want to see it happen, but those would be my two.
I really don't have anybody.
Yeah, when you're in the Stanley Cup Final, it's really hard to choose.
Yeah.
Which Stanley Cup champion do you want to see moved off this team now? It's tough to choose one. But yeah, those are the two I came up with. But yeah. Washington. I thought some of the other ones were tough. They're just such a young team. Like,
see, for me, I would go with Charlie Lindgren because he'll be 33 by the end of the calendar year.
Yeah.
Versus LT.
And Logan Thompson, who had played out of his mind this season. He's proven himself as the number one over there. And
he just turned 29 back in February. Yeah. So
he's proven that that job is his. Like, that's not changing.
So yeah, like I said, Charlie Lindgren, I feel like move on from him. Find again here's the thing, another young goaltender. To step in and watch LT do his thing and learn and develop into that franchise. And I mean that's what the Capitals have done historically. Is great good goaltenders. I mean, Varlamov,
Kolzig, Holtby.
Varlamov went up through the system. Started
Kemper was there for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he was the backup during the 18. No, was it the 18 Cup run?
I think so.
Because Grubauer was.
Grubauer's another one that went they've had a lot come through that system, man.
So Washington is known for like solid goaltending development. So I feel like no matter which young goaltender you go with, they're going to be rock star, whether in Washington or elsewhere. Yeah. So I feel like if they get rid of Lindgren and start young, you're going to find long-term success in that goaltending department for the Caps.
I literally wrote down, I said, no idea. Anthony Beauvillier, maybe. I said Rasmus Sandin, prospects.
That's actually who I was initially...
Which one?
Rasmus
Sandin, yeah. I said prospects. Like, I have no clue. Like really no... Like, I have no idea who could be moved from Washington.
Young in that.
They have so many young guys that, like... It's going to be another year or two before we really make a decision on who's going to get paid, who's going to get shipped out, who's going to walk in free agency, who do we need to trade away to get something back for. It's going to be another year or two before we have to make those decisions for that team. So, Carolina, 2-0, Jackson Blake.
They were, no pun intended, but they were storming that.
Yeah. Watch the replay here as we go through the last team, the Winnipeg Jets.
See, I have a couple here. Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor Hellebuck, Adam Lowry, Josh Morrissey, that could all potentially move. I mean, friggin' Nino Niederreiter is up there.
You named two of them. I said Connor Hellebuck. I think it could be time, unfortunately. I think he might want to come down, do opposite of Jordan Binnington. I think he might want to come down and play for an American team. Damn, yeah, look at this replay. Whew. Yeah, just all over the place, man.
So, yeah, there are a few of them that might want to get out of Winnipeg and start fresh. I mean, obviously, yeah, Connor Hellebuck has seen success from the Heroes men's team. He fucking carried them, especially during the gold medal game. I mean, saw a lot of success and maybe wants to get... Again, I'm going to go back to the joke of he wants to play for silver in the Cup.
You know what jersey you've got? I did also say Nino Niederreiter. I mean, he's been there for a little bit of time, and it could be time to move on from him as well. But I do think it's likely that Connor Hellebuck gets moved this offseason.
I actually had a few, just because Winnipeg is in a weird spot. Nino Niederreiter was one of them. Gustav Nyquist was another one, and then Hayden Fleury was, and then Colin Miller were.
Yeah, all a bunch of names that could be moved. Winnipeg, who really took a step back this year from their previous season, where they,
President's
Trophy and went to the second round. But yeah, I mean that's about it. Connor Hellebuck being moved would be very interesting. I think there's a lot of teams that would probably be calling in, trying to bring him in. But yeah, with that being said, probably one of our longest episodes we've ever done. Man, this is a really long one.
That's what she said.
Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Hope if you listened this far, probs to you. Next week, as of our current plans, I think it is going to be the final episode of the season. So we'll be wrapping up, we'll talk about the last game, possibly 2 games here of the Stanley Cup Final, do a little bit of season review. We'll jump into free agency predictions for the top 25 UFAs, where we think those guys are going to go. And then that will be the end of Season 6. of the Buckbuster podcast.
Yeah, no sappy bullshit this year, guys. We've done it for the last 5 seasons. No sappy bullshit. New rule. This is my studio, goddammit, and I'm making it vacantly clear. All right.
Not very. You stuttered a lot there.
Shut the fuck up. This is clear, okay? No sappy bullshit. Straight to the end. They've heard it every year, and they will see us in the fucking off season.
He's like, we're gonna be happy about it.
You know,
We're happy the season's wrapping up. We're happy for the off season. We're happy for new content during the summer.
Yeah, we have a lot of plans for the off season this time. Actually, we know in the past we've said, we don't have a lot planned. We might not see you. We have a lot planned for this off season. We can promise you that this time. So, gonna be a fun one. We'll see you next week to wrap up the season. See you then.
See ya.
No sappy bullshit.